Everyone thought he was a lonely, deranged loser with no friends or bitches. But everything changes when he is thrown into an off-brand Squid Game island with a lot of people where he has to fight for his survival. Ning was a stupid incel with a room temperature IQ and a bad case of amnesia, but he thought that he was smarter than Stephen Hawking and Einstein combined. One day, he wakes up suddenly from a nightmare in a dimly lit space with no idea of how he got there. Struggling to orient himself, he hears a strange girl's voice saying how glad she is to see him awake and warns him about the wall behind. Just as she said that, he turns around to see that the wall is full of spikes and is now moving towards him. He immediately gets up to run to the other side, and the wall abruptly stops. He starts to panic as he searches for an exit, but the girl tells him it's useless as the door can't be opened from inside. He tries to pull out the bars from the window so that he can escape that way, but it turns out to be useless, and he falls down on the ground exhausted. The girl Jin from the other side starts crying like a baby, saying that they are going to die here. He asks her who she is and what she wants from him. But when he looks closer through the hole and sees that she is also a victim here just like him, he apologizes. In the middle of her tears, she tells him that no one is going to come to rescue them, and that the spiky wall will move towards them every couple of minutes. He tells her to calm down and asks her to use the axe beside her to crack open the window and get out, but she tells him that there is now a window on her side. So he asks her to give him the axe so that he can at least use it to free himself and then save her next. She stops crying and asks in a grim tone to promise her that he will come back for her. Suddenly, walls from her side start moving, and she pleads with him to make the promise. He finally makes a death promise, and she pushes the axe through the hole, but it doesn't go through. He pulls it from his side with all his might, but it doesn't work. So he asks her if she can make the hole bigger from her side, and she strikes the wall with great force only to realize that it's made of graphite, and that it can't be broken down that easily. She gives up and starts crying once again, but Ning has enough with her bullshit and tells her to shut up so that he can think clearly. He then asks her how she ended up here, and she tells him that she has no idea except that she was taking a nap in the subway, and when she woke up she was in an iron bed. As soon as she tells that, he gets an idea and tells her to crush the bed and give her the iron bar. She gets up and does as she is told, giving him the iron bar through the hole. He immediately rushes to the window and breaks it open. In the nick of time, he escapes as the girl pleads with him not to leave her behind, when the wall starts closing in on her. As the time goes by, she thinks back to how she was left behind years ago during her hiking trip. One of the guys in her group was injured, so she took him to a cave and helped with his injuries as her father was a doctor and she learned this stuff from him. The rest of her group arrived and pulled her outside to discuss with her secretly. They told her that they have to leave quickly because of the snow, but she refused, saying that one of her teammates is injured and that they can't leave him behind. The injured guy overheard this and shouted at the two other guys for betraying him like that, and in the end the two guys left her and the injured guy to die while they left alone. The days passed and she did everything to keep them both alive and also helped with the wound. In return, he tried thanking her with a kiss, but she rejected him, and when she came back after some time gathering food, she was shocked to see that he too left her behind. At the present, all she could think about is how men have always betrayed her in the past, and starts crying again, thinking that Ning had abandoned her, but to her surprise, he breaks open the wooden roof and offers his hand in help. She grabs hold of his hands, and they make it to the outside, panting heavily. Suddenly, out of nowhere, she hugs him and says how glad she is that he came back. She introduces herself and tells that she is in first year of medical college before asking about him, but he doesn't answer and asks her to look around. They realize that they are not yet safe and get down from the roof, landing in the balcony of a lighthouse. They see a metal door on the floor leading to an underground tunnel and decide to try it. Ning gets down first and she follows him behind as they carefully get down using the metal ladder. As they climb down, he sees that there are a few missing steps and jumps a few steps down, asking her to do the same, but she is too scared, so he tells her that she will catch her. She jumps and she catches her with ease, but this causes them to accidentally slip and they fall off from the ladder into the sea. As he feels, he gets the same nightmare of drowning, but Jin wakes him and carries him to the surface. Time passes and he is still unconscious, so she carries him to a room on the lower floor of the lighthouse. She checks if anyone is there and turns on the light, only to find a creepy-looking corpse. As she stares at it terrified, she hears noise behind and slowly turns to find a guy with orange hair threatening her with a knife. The guy tells her to go back and put Ning to the ground. She does as she is told and shakes in panic as he approaches her. He asks her basic questions and then about the mummy sitting next to them. She tells him that she doesn't know anything about it, and he finds it hard to believe. He tells her that maybe he questions Ning and stamps him on his finger, waking him up with pain. He asks Ning if he knows the girl, to which he replies that he doesn't, and Jin starts crying saying how they both escaped from the cell blah blah. The orange-haired guy Zhang threatens to stab them with a knife if they don't obey his rules. Seeing the knife almost kill him, Ning cries out that he doesn't know Jin, and she wonders why he is lying. She thinks back to their fall and his behavior, now thinking that something doesn't add up. Jiang asks what's the matter, and she explains everything that has happened so far. She then tells him that the fall must have caused Ning some brain damage, and that's probably why he doesn't remember anything. He tells her to shut up, saying that he isn't stupid to believe in her nonsensical stories. She begs for him to let them go when he was about to finish off Ning. He stops and agrees to her in one condition: if she explains in one word why Ning would risk his life to save her. She starts panicking as the time runs out, and he almost kills Ning. She suddenly removes something and shouts at him to stop before asking how long he knew his oldest friend. He hesitates before replying that he knew his friend for 25 years since he was 3 at an orphanage. He tells her to cut the bullshit and get to the point. She says that if saving another life means one should know the other person for long, then can he be sure that his friends would risk their life to save him? He goes silent, and she continues that if that isn't the case, then it's possible that a person can save another's life even if they don't know them well. He gets up and tells her to shut up, but before putting the knife away. He tells her that his friends will do anything for him and that she is wrong, but he also admits that it isn't true for everyone. After some time, Jin schools Ning on what happened earlier and how he saved her. He can't believe that he actually did that, nor that he can't remember it. Jiang asks him what's the last thing that he remembers, and he tells reading a Playboy magazine.